Marion was born in 1918. She was a spunky tomboy who grew up to be a microbiologist, raised 4 children of her own, and 2 more art daughters. She traveled all over the world. These are her stories. Marion is opening her first proof copy of her book Bamboo, the Giant Graph, on February 27th, 2016.
Oh.
It's so funny that when Donovan was on the phone with you Tuesday night, and you brought up that, you thought you'd never see the Bamboo book, and I was so glad he didn't spill the beans.
Oh my gosh.
I've been working on that since September.
I hope you got rid of all the garbage.
Well, you have to take a look. This is a proof copy. It just came in the mail today.
Oh, you're wonderful. I wish I could see them all real distinctly and everything.
Well, I told everybody I wanted to really concentrate on getting it done because I was afraid you wouldn't be able to see it. But every time I tried to work on it before, you'd break something. I didn't have any time.
My gosh.
So as soon as we got past all of the company this summer, I started in on it. Again. I'd tried to work on it before. Now, there are photos in there from 9 people in the family, many of them from Donovan. And I had people like my friend Kotu, who actually went out and took pictures for me in India. Kotu, you remember our Indian friends that lived in the same court in Japan? Kotu, KK, he went and took some pictures for me.
Oh, nice.
Donovan took many, many pictures. And I had people that I looked for pictures online and got permission from people. So,
my gosh, it's loaded.
yeah, there's over 240 photos. With the cover, it's probably more like 250.
And the cover what?
If you count the photos on the cover, front and back, there's probably 250 photos in the book. Did you look at the back photos?
Oh.
The bottom ones Donovan took at Tong's farm, and they're cousins, I think, of Ploy size, playing with the bamboo, climbing it.
I didn't hear all of that.
Well, I'll have to tell you later since I'm making a video.
Jerry's a professional, I'll tell you.
I'll have to show you the terrific bamboo kite picture that I found that a guy in England took. So there's pictures in here from 13 countries. I tried to find pictures of everything you talked about in the text. I didn't find everything, but I found most of it. Those pictures on the left are from a handicraft company in India that makes bamboo items for sale. And Kotu sent me those too. Jerri took that picture on the bottom there, that yellow bamboo stalk.
This one?
Yep, Jerri took that one. Actually, it's 10 family members. I forgot when I was counting. So we've got 10 family members that contributed to the pictures. Lex sent me
Isn't that
pictures.
beautiful?
I think that's one that, oh, the one on the right is one from India, and the one on the left I took in China.
Well, it wasn't until I saw the bamboo hanging across that River Kwai that I realized that bamboo could be beautiful.
Yeah, it
It
is.
looked just like big ostrich plumes.
So, look up a minute so we can see your face. Mom? Mom, can you look up for a minute? How about a smile?
What?
How about a smile?
You got...
How about a smile?
Marion worked on the text of her book for several years. Jerri, that's me, went ahead and found all the photos and did the layout of the book and published it. When it was published, Homewood Residence, where she lives, put on a wonderful book launch party for her with bamboo and lots of great refreshments and a signing party. I introduced the book for her. Publication of her third book, and I see you're looking at it right now. The book is about bamboo. And she got interested in bamboo. She can tell you about it herself. And I heard somebody saying she's very quiet. The reason she's very quiet is because she doesn't hear very well. And so she kind of just stays to herself unless she's one-on-one, and then she'll talk your ear off. She loves to talk. And this is her third book that she's published. The first one was this book about her mother's childhood in the 1880s. And she painted the pictures for it. She painted the watercolors. And this was published in 2015. And this was her second book. This was published with my brother, and it's called Catbird, and it's a story that happened in her childhood about her cat that liked to sleep in a blue jay's nest. It really happened, but this is fictionalized, so it's not exactly the same, but she can tell you the real story. And then now we have her book about bamboo. And she can tell you a lot more about the book than I can, but I got fascinated because she got fascinated. And this book has been about, I would say, a good 20 years in the making.
Really?
She actually finished the text of it in 2012. But at that time, she fractured her back, and then she fractured her pelvis, and then she fractured her back again. And she started getting macular degeneration and could no longer see the computer to work on it. So she'd already finished the text, but she couldn't do what was necessary to send it in and get it published. And I have a very small publishing company, and I told her I would help her, but because of all her injuries, we didn't have time to work on it. And so I decided to go ahead this fall when she was doing well and I had time, and I collected photographs for the book, because the book is not just about the biology of bamboo, it's about all of the thousands of uses that bamboo can be used for all over the world. And I got photos from 38 different photographers around the world, including 32 photographs Marion took herself, and also photos from 12 family members, because we all know of her interest in bamboo, so when we travel, we've all been taking pictures for her. And I lived in Japan, so I could take pictures in Japan, and I lived in Hawaii, where you also have bamboo, and traveled in China. So it's really a group effort. She wrote the text, but we have many people that helped with the photos. And I did the book design. And the 3 children on the cover are my grandchildren, her great-grandchildren. They're a lot older now. They're grown up. But because she wrote this for children about 5th grade and up, it's actually wonderful for adults because the text is not written like a child's book.
I began to realize how valuable bamboo can be. And it's because of its unique structure as it grows. It's most bamboos are hollow from one node, they call it, those little bumps go all around the road. From there to the other one is hollow. But the outside of it is very strong fibers. And when they cut it off, if you cut it properly, you can make a bucket if it's a big, not all of them. These are very, very small diameter bamboo, but there are some of them that have very large diameter bamboo. And they can make buckets out of it, or if they're smaller than that, maybe a cup. But you will read in there about many things that they use it for. And on the back of the book, there's an ode to bamboo. You want to be sure to read that ode to bamboo because it really is amazing. It tells about a theoretical man could do this and this and this, and all of it using bamboo. And it has been used for a couple thousand years, and they don't have the evidence in archaeology because it would rot out eventually. It's just like your plants, you could throw them out and then they rot away and nobody ever knew that plant was out there. Well, somebody did find a part of a comb that was made, but that was the first thing they found, I think. And they use it for so many things in their life that it's a necessary part of it. And I was talking to my CNA this morning, the lady that gets me up 5 mornings a week, and she is from Jamaica. And she said, oh yes, we use it for so many things, she said. And she mentioned different things that she had been using it for. And something comes along and say, oh, I bought a plant, all planted bamboo. Don't kid yourself. That's big business fraud. That is not bamboo. It's not even related to bamboo. It's a completely different family of biology. It doesn't have you, it's not even a distant cousin of bamboo. So don't let them fool you and sell you lucky bamboo or some other fancy name, because it's not bamboo. And you don't plant bamboo with seeds, because if you had a good bamboo plant that you liked, big stalk, you wouldn't be sure you'd get the same quality, because just like with other things that we have, if you plant the seed, you get part of the genetics from one father and some from the mother, and that's all different. Well, the same thing with bamboo. So you would take a part of the bamboo that had the note in it and plant that. Is one way of doing it. So don't get fooled by propaganda. They came out one year with a big story about how wonderful it was that over in China they had discovered how to make cloth from bamboo. Oh, this cloth was so wonderful. It would be a wonderful thing to have in hospitals, because it did not allow bacteria to grow on anything that was in it. And you could wear it for all day in the hot sun and perspire, and you wouldn't have any odor. And there was somebody that said that they bought a pair of socks, wore them for 3 weeks and no odor. They had all this stuff, and oh yes, it was definitely all 100% bamboo fiber. Well, finally the truth came out. The fibers that they would have to use are so fine and so short that you can't weave anything with it. So that was all a big hoax, and people were buying these things that were supposed to be so wonderful, and there's no way that they could have had that. And they said that it was wonderful for the environment because they didn't use any strong chemicals, and that they don't throw away the chemicals, they reuse them. Oh, big story about it all. come to find out they use sodium hydroxide, which is like lye. And when they dump the chemicals that they don't use anymore, it pollutes the environment. Nothing can go anywhere. It gets down in the people's drinking water. It gets in the rivers. It's a very, very bad thing. So they were carrying out with this story as all a big lie. So don't let them fool you. So, but, these things that I've mentioned in here are facts. I've checked with them. There's a man in the United States, lives in Tennessee. His name is Adam Turtle. That's his actual name, Adam Turtle. I think that he and his wife were hippies at one time. I'm not sure. But he gradually got interested in bamboo. I don't know how it happened. So he bought 15 acres of property on a hillside and hills and stuff, and started his bamboo property. And now he is the person in the United States that can tell people more about bamboo than anybody else in this country. He's a real expert on it. And when I was starting to write my book, I wanted to be sure that I had accurate information. So I got in contact with him, and he said to send it. I sent a chapter or two, and he wasn't looking it over for how it was written. He was looking it over for accuracy of the information scientifically. And so his work like that would probably cost somebody about $450. He didn't charge me a cent. He was interested in my getting this book done and doing it for children. He wanted to help me. And he said, call me anytime you want to, and I'll see if I can answer your questions. He was a wonderful person. And so I some of that in the preface. But that's Adam Turtle. He's still living. He's in Tennessee, but he suffers very badly with arthritis. And his wife takes care of the emails and things because he never went in for email. So I don't know if anybody has any questions they'd like to answer. I could try. I can't promise I'll answer. I forget a lot of details.
It was a great day with Mom signing all 3 of her books.